Hello to my Cappies. Hello to my Capricorns. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Capricorns, let's get right into it. The moon is in Scorpio, moving into Sagittarius, right? So we got some things going on. Pluto is currently retrograde, right? Mercury is pre-shadow retrograde. So Mercury seems to be, when that planet goes retrograde, it seems to throw everybody out of alignment. But let's add a positive spin to Mercury retrograde. But it's pre-shadow retrograde. It officially goes retrograde on August the 5th, but it's pre-shadow retrograde as of July 16th, right? So we'll talk a little bit about that. And then Saturn is retrograde. So Saturn being your ruling planet. Mercury is the planet of messenger and communication, but it also affects travel, trade, commerce. It also affects knowledge and learning. So it's important for you to increase your knowledge and learning during Mercury retrograde, right? So when it's pre-shadow retrograde, it's like giving you a precursor to something, right? Like letting you know kind of what's coming, right? So remember, planets don't move backwards. They don't move at a slower pace. So that's your time to slow yourself down and say, okay, instead of me getting frazzled because the moon is about to become, more and more illuminated, I'm so nervous and I don't know what's going on. And that's the time to slow yourself down and crack open a book or learn something new, right? A lot of people have been asking me like, okay, we talked, you all asked in previous readings about like, somebody put a comment about the movie The Watchers, right? We'll talk a little bit about that during your reading. So let's get right into it. And tie it all in. So that we can unclog any blockages whatsoever. And I use that word specifically because when the moon is in Sagittarius, when the moon is in Scorpio, Scorpio goes down to the deepest of our wounds, right? It brings the suppressed emotions and feelings such as rage to the surface, and from the deep undercuts of our soul, it makes us want to destroy and get rid of those things, because those things that like generationally you can't figure out for the life of you why you feel so deep about something, right? Scorpio is ruled by the Tower card and the Judgment card. Why does it hurt so bad that people judge you? Why can't you just get delivered from that? Why is it that when you see the Tower card, why is that so scary for you? Like what is it? Like when Source keeps nudging you and say, stay focused on your purpose. Like why is that so terrifying for some people? Like that's generational, right? So let's get into your reading. Again, this is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Take only what resonates with you. If you're interested in a personal reading, my information is down below in the description. And then also, you got to ask yourself why. Why does it hurt so bad when family members don't support you when you go into business? Or why is it so hard to break away from a certain mindset? Why does it hurt so bad, right? Like beyond, like why is it easy for some people to just kind of break away from certain things? But why is it so difficult for other people to kind of sort of break away from a particular sort of mindset? Like what's wrong? Like what's behind all of that, right? So let's get into it. Don't forget to journal your journey. We are in. You can start your full moon rituals. Whenever you feel like it. Whenever you feel like starting your full moon rituals, but we're in the wax and gibbous moon phase. Wax and gibbous moon phase means that we're still in a constructive phase, right? So, which means that you have time to really hone your plans and your goals and kind of sort of focus on, and the key word is focus, right? Focus. What kind of transition do you want to go through during this full buck moon phase? And we do have the full buck moon videos up on the Patreon side. Anybody who wants a bonus video, those will go up on the membership side from now on. But during the waxing gibbous moon phase, you want to focus on healing, self-care, restorative activities. You want to focus on self-confidence, so saying those positive affirmations to yourself on a regular basis, doing the mirror work, right? Looking in the mirror. What is it that you love about yourself? What makes you feel more confident? Is it wearing specific colors, saying certain things, being around certain people, listening to certain things? Like what's boosting your confidence? Doing certain exercises. You also want to do some kind of workings for growth and success. You want to journal about your goals and see where you can refine those goals. But again, you want to also identify who is not supporting those goals. That's gonna be the part for some people. Like when you keep seeing that Tower card, you want to make sure who is around you that's not really supporting your goals, right? Who's not supporting them? Let's get into it. Who's sitting around watching you like a spider, you know, like weaving these web of stuff, you know, but not really helping you with your goals, giving you this false sense of that they're helping you the best, but they're not. But every time you want to go do something, they're speaking against it, right? So who will you be taking a leap of faith away from? Because they're battling their own demons. Here we have the Three of Wands here. Here we also have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, you got some ruthless people out here. Their whole idea about stuff is they're battling their demons. Here we have the Five of Wands here. Yep, they've already injected this fear and doubt and uncertainty into your spirit. Here we also have the Two of Wands here. So it's already telling me it's two energies that in your meditative and prayer state, you will already be, your spirit has already left the building. Your spirit has already said, I need to get out of here. I need to get away from these two types of energies ASAP. Queen of Swords, right? We also have the Four of Pentacles. Let's do it. We got a 6-card spread. So fire, right? Fire. There's been some liars pants on fire. Y'all heard that before, right? Liar pants on fire. We know that the enemy is the author of confusion, right? So it is a bold-faced, underlined, and italicized lie to tell a person that their way of doing things is the only way to achieve a level of success. You have to be able to define success yourselves, right? So it's two energies in particular that keep baiting you and switching up on you, right? They keep baiting you. I'm going to support you. They inspire you. I'm going to help you with this and I'm going to help you with that. They sit there and watch everything that you do. They see you they watch you on social media. It's types of energies now. They're watchers. So I need you all to write this down because if you really want to learn, a lot of people are not really willing to do the work. So they think if you got to come to tarot to learn for real, then there's somebody else, there's some other energies that either they're not willing to learn or tarot itself has been so demonized as just dark magic that somebody doesn't want you to know. But that's all right. That's all right. I'm going to help you. I want y'all to read the book of Enoch. You can find it in the Ethiopian Bible, which is 88 books, or you can find it in the Apocrypha, the book of Enoch. But you also there are YouTube channels they are reading the book of Enoch for you. You can listen to it. I'm not trying to pocket watch, trying to tell somebody to go buy anything. I'm just telling you where you can find them. Okay. Just telling the book of Enoch, Enoch. And there are, like I said, YouTube channels. You know, sometimes it helps when you really sit down to study. Sometimes knowledge is power. Because when you have people that's sitting around who's saying that they're praying for you, we're talking about fire here, right? They're coming under the guise of prayer, but they're praying on you. But other people are praying for you because in the spirit they're getting a message that you're in predatory spaces, right? So you got prayer warriors that's praying for you, Capricorn, that's praying that you are become wildly successful. And if people are not giving you the tools to learn yourself, to say, okay, it's time for me to pick up a book and learn about this myself. Let me come out of this competitive mode. I got to be competing against this person and all this friction and chaos and confusion going on around me. Because if I don't do it this way, if my success is not measured by this energy success, then I'm so drained and so just like you're going up against a hill. All of this fire right here is like too much sunlight on some seeds and soil that you planted and no water. You see no cups out here so far. Cups is water energy, right? You don't see any cups out here so far because somebody is so burned out and so drained. It's like being out in the sunlight too long and there's no water in sight. You could have iced tea, you could have lemonade, you could have everything else, but no water in sight. How much is that going to really quench your thirst, right? It's not. So Source is saying you got somebody sitting on their throne, carefully vetting their thoughts. Okay, what exactly to say to you, what exactly how to pray for you, what exactly to pray, because they know you're in a predatory state. And in between, sandwiched between two types of spirits, right? Here we have the Four of Pentacles here. And so Source is saying the more and more people pray for you without having to ask exactly what it is, because you could be in a confused state. You could be in a state where you're so burned out and so stressed out, it could just be exhausting. You can be like, I don't even know why I'm so tired. I got so much stuff going on in my life right now. I don't even know what she's talking about, right? That's the purpose of people who genuinely are praying for you. They don't need to know what you're going through. They just genuinely want to see you win. They just praying for you because Source already told them exactly what to pray for you for, right? Source already told them that you're dealing with some energies that if you don't do it, their spirit, they've had conversations around you that if you don't do it a particular way, your way is not going to be successful. And to add insult to injury, Capricorn, if you don't do it their way, and you decide to do it your own way, they're going to go and make sure to make that nobody supports you in that regard, so that you're really working extra hard. So you start seeing your money slow down, less support, this and that. So Source is saying be very careful when you're dealing with those types of spirits. Because the people who do support you, they'll find themselves like, okay, why are they the only people that's supporting you? They already know, okay, they working up against some spirits that's not, they're like, okay, they'll know, okay, if they're the only ones that's supporting you, they already know what they're working up against. Oh, Capricorn is working up against some spirits that's working against them, and they still connected to those spirits, which will make the people who support you say they're going to pull back theirs, because again, if you're not doing the work to say, okay, I need to detach from those spirits that's really blocking the flow of your money, no matter how much people who genuinely want to help you are trying to pour into you, it's them wasting their money. It's them wasting their money and wasting their time. Because it's like, okay, they just keep just giving to some. It's like them literally throwing their own money into the fire, throwing their time into the fire, throwing their efforts into the fire. But you got to do the work too. You got to say, okay, I need to detach. It would be, if I had to say it kind of in plain language, Capricorn, it would be like you doing a grand opening, and you inviting your family members who are creating a whole bunch of chaos and confusion. They're not really there to support you. They just there to get some free samples, some free this, some free that. They're kicking up so much dust and creating so much chaos and confusion that the people that show up to support you, they almost feel uncomfortable around them. But you won't cut off certain family members because you're like, family over everything. They my family. I can't just cut them off like that. And I will sacrifice the customers they show up to my events. They show up to do this. They show up to do this, because I can't just cut these people off. I've been around my whole life. And Source is saying, but these people right here are supporting you because you just put this big display on. You know, you could be an artist. You could be a whatever you are, whatever kind of work you do. This is like they're supporting your brand, whatever that brand is. They're supporting you. They don't really know. They're literally praying for you. They're not praying on something they can get from you. This is physical existence of things, right? So Source is saying those people that have supported you, who are coming to you to support you, like I said, they're trying to be conservative with their money too. They're like, okay, like you got something that I feel like is a good product or service, but they can also see you're also in survival mode. Somebody's gonna have to learn how to say, okay, come away with that. Like somebody's gonna have to sit on their throne and adjust their crown. Here it is, Queen of Cups. So, and learn how to pour into yourself so you can see what things are really what they are. Yeah, somebody's gonna have to start seeing things for what they really truly are. That is two types of energies, and somebody's gonna go into hermit mode. Please, if nothing else, pull your birth chart, find out what your moon sign is, so that you can start doing something for yourself every single day. So it'll be so clear to you that when messages come through to you, because Mercury retrograde is pre-shadow retrograde as of the 16th, it won't seem like a Rubik's Cube puzzle. It won't seem like sacred geometry to you. It'll be right so clear in your face. You'll be like, oh my God, like why didn't I see this? So you can get to your throne, pour into yourselves, and go get some fresh air. Go take a walk. It's time for somebody to break away from karmic cycles so things can start flowing to you. You want to start seeing your money increase? Spend less time around these energies. It's their way or the highway. Because if they are not, some of these energies, looking at some of these energies that you've been around, there it's one thing for people to say, I support you, and you come to them with an idea, and they say, oh, okay, well, you know what, I don't really understand how, why, okay, I'll help, and I'll help you do the research to help you to on that idea, versus I wouldn't do it that way, I don't believe in it, I'm not going to support you. So therefore, your idea fizzles out. Then now you don't believe in yourself. And so this idea that source planted inside you goes away because you don't have their support. So source is saying your portal is starting to opening wider and wider and wider while you're in hermit mode, because things are starting to become clearer and clearer to you. So you need to journal it. You're going to feel very fortunate to have people praying for you, but you have to also do the work yourself, because those customers that I gave somebody an example of, you have a grand opening, these family members that's coming to you, that's saying, oh, we here, they all standing around, ooh and ah, and they getting free samples of this and free samples of that from somebody, but yet and still they creating chaos and confusion. You trying to have something organized and all of this other stuff. Their only claim is that I showed up. Well, I could have been doing something. That's part is true. They didn't help with anything. They didn't do anything. They just created a bunch of chaos and confusion. And source is saying to you, the people who are, like I said, who just showed up because they don't know the backstory. They don't know how your family members are acting. They're the ones that saying, okay, we're showing up and supporting you because we like your we like you, right? So somebody is starting to learn. Somebody is starting to come together for somebody. Somebody's starting to come together. You don't have to cut your entire family off, but it's something that sources keeps trying to get somebody to see. Here we have the Hangman. So hang in there with yourselves. Hang in there, with yourself. But it's an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius that's behind something. Here we have the Four of Wands here, that you've been hanging on to something. Somebody's been just kind of hanging on to this, but eventually you're going to get it. You're going to leave some energies behind. You're going to leave their whole idea of this, because they have a predatory spirit. Not obviously, we're not talking about all of them, just so we're crystal clear. We're talking about a particular energy, okay? They're bound by their demons. You have to do it this way or it's not going to work, right? And so they projected that onto you. So we're talking about in the spirit realm, okay? So whatever they've been saying or whatever they've been doing or sending subliminal messages or whatever, if you don't do it this way, it's not going to work. So something that they did or said was so effective to you, you felt like you got to work harder to make it happen, or else you weren't going to be successful. It could have been a family member that has a really nice house or nice cars or degrees or whatever the case may be, but they're not telling you every detail and how they got everything. That's the part that somebody's missing, because you're looking at just the physical aspect of it. They're not telling you everything. All you're just looking at is through just your naked eyes. But source is opening up your third eye. So somebody is going to have, somebody has, like I said, some good news coming across your path that's going to help further open up your eyes to some things. Somebody who is going to, so source knows how to send people into our lives to help us open up our third eye. So if it's new love you want, it could be a love interest in your life that really genuinely has an interest, that really has your best interest at heart, that's going to teach you some things in a way that's like, okay, now my eyes are open. Whatever it is you've been praying for, or it could be a new business partner, or it can be a new something. It could be a dream, whatever it comes down to. Source is opening your eyes to some things to let you know you got good news trying to come across your path. You could be traveling. It could be a new teacher. Something is coming across your path. So, but read the book of Enoch or listen to the book of Enoch and really study it, because this is what this is. Watchers. People who stand around and watch, but they are not there to help you. They're just sitting there watching, hoping that the way that you're doing things is going to fizzle out so that they can come in and act like they're helping you to rebuild something, because that was the plan from the very beginning. That was the plan from the very beginning. So what Source is trying to help you to do, and like I said, you got some good news coming across your path. What Source is trying to help you to do is not to give up on your dreams. That's what Source is trying to help somebody do, is not to give up on your dreams. And that's when you're going to really take the blindfolds off. That's when you're going to take the blindfolds off. That's when it's going to hit somebody like a blowtorch. Like, oh my God, I can't believe these people didn't support they didn't support my dreams. Now that I got with these group of people and now I'm enlightened and I'm starting to believe in myself again, these people are going straight into hater mode. That's when the scales are going to be removed from somebody's eyes. That's when people talking about you. That's when, oh, I know this about them and know that about them. And unfortunately, that's how it happens a lot of times. But Source is trying to tell somebody now, through prayer and through meditation, somebody's spirit already knows it. You already know it. So you got some good news coming across your path, and somebody has some good news coming across their path, and two pieces of good news coming across your path. So I feel like somebody may be traveling, you may be meeting some people, but you have a lot of opportunities coming your way. You're going to feel very fortunate. That's why you got the Wheel of Fortune here, while somebody's in hermit mode and a lot of downloads are coming through. But, here we go. Chariot, win. Somebody could meet a new and exuberant love and get married. Or it's just something is a win for you. You're going to feel like you get more money coming across your path. Something good is happening across your path that's going to open your eyes, Capricorn, to what watchers with their whole MO is all about. They are very familiar spirits. They get familiar. They hover. They sit there and watch everything that you do. They hope that if you're by yourself, they feel like you're by yourself, or it's just you and your spouse, or you and your kids, or you and your whatever. They're in your family. They're around. It's like I said. It's the movie just touches on it lightly. So thank you for the person who put the comment under a couple of the previous videos about the movie The Watchers. It goes so much deeper than that, right? So like I said, there's a couple of people who film videos about the Book of Enoch on YouTube. Go check it out. Just take a minute to listen. Like, invest in your education on it so that you can teach. If you have kids or nieces and nephews, or if you're an educator, invest in your own knowledge so that you're not just like, well, I don't want to know about that kind of stuff. Why don't you? Like, why don't you want to know about it, so that, when so you'll know the difference between, somebody posing as one thing and somebody actually practicing, somebody's actually practicing something on you, spell work, dark spell work, all that kind of stuff. So somebody's learning. Here we have the Four of Wands. So yeah, so Source is saying there's, like I said, you got somebody in your life that's praying for you because they've gone through the exact same thing and they were blinded by, they had on blindfolds too, until they left behind those groups of energy, those watchers. Like in the movie, when that group of people got away from the watchers, they couldn't see it. But you may have to watch the movie twice to see what the message was from the beginning, and the type of people that the type of people that get caught up. You got to see the type of people that get caught up in that, right? Here we have the Temperance card. So yeah, you definitely have an earth angel that's helping you through some things. There's an earth angel. So here we have the Five of Pentacles. And once you figure out those energies that sit around and watch energies, and they'd have no intentions on helping you, none whatsoever, that's when it's going to hit somebody. All of a sudden, okay, you spending less and less time with them. They're going to start figuring out you spending less and less time with them because they don't have access to watching you. That's why Source is starting. Source is already doing it right now. Source is going to keep somebody so booked and busy, you'll be able to justify not being around them. That's one. But then also, they won't be able to. You got so many opportunities coming across your path. That's the good news. So if you pay attention and you journal and you just think about it, Capricorn, the busier you become, that's really Source in the mix saying, I'm going to keep them so busy and I'm going to keep bringing good news across their path that you may not see it because you're looking for the physical. That's the physical part of it. Source is trying to increase your money, trying to make sure you're financially independent. So when that door opens and you get away from them, from that, when you move on from them, you'll never look back. Never. You will never. You'll be able to recognize that spirit no matter where you are. You'll be able to recognize it in your friends. You'll be able to recognize it in family members. It'll be so clear to you. You'll be like, oh my God. So thank you to the person who put that comment under the video. You just did Capricorns a major favor. Wheel of Fortune came out twice. Even Source, of course, Source knew exactly to use another Capricorn to put that comment under the videos. I'm telling y'all, it's already happening. Y'all gonna feel fortunate both in your personal and your professional life because you have a very nurturing earth angel that's right there praying for you. Y'all already won. It's time for you to start dreaming bigger. It's time for you to start dreaming bigger because Source is leading you towards financial independence. I'm telling you. Once you leave these type of spirits behind in your family, friendship groups, physical location, wherever you are, you will not look back. I'm telling you, you will not look back. Then it's going to hit you. Why didn't other people teach you about this? Why didn't other people teach you? What was the secret? But the secret lies in a lot of things. It lies in the fact that some people don't want to know. They like to demonize everything. If it's not, but then it goes, like I said before, y'all will see what it is. You'll see what it is. Yep, you will be leaving behind the foolery. You'll be leaving behind the foolery, right? You'll be leaving the circus behind. So yeah. You'll be leaving it behind and finally getting some rest. That's when you're going to start seeing a lot of things flowing to you. You're going to start seeing your money increase. You're going to start seeing your happiness increase. All of these kind of things. These types of spirits, like to prey on people's marriages. They like to prey on what's happiness to you. Like what is your idea of success, right? They like to prey on everything, right? And so what they're trying to do is like, so if you're married, if you're happily married to your person, please pray over your situation. Please, I can't even pray over your situation, right? If you feel like you have a peaceful household with you and your kids, or even if you're single, pray over yourself for real, because these types of energies are very, very, very interesting. And again, if you have to come to tarot to learn about this, because the goal is to make you feel bad for basically wanting peaceful relationships to just flow. They want you to feel bad for just making you happy, you happily married to your person, whoever your person is, it doesn't matter. They want you to feel bad because their situation is very unhappy. So they always in some kind of and the messages are subliminal. They talk negative about their significant other or their spouse. They talking negative about their own kids, making little snide comments about stuff. They're just unhappy in their spirit. And so sources like, those, stay away from those types of spirits. If you really want the protection over your household in general, stay away from them. You'll see they don't even look happy together. They don't. They're on opposing teams. They're not together. They will turn your kids against you. They will turn your spouse against you. They will turn your siblings against you. And you think it's them. You think it's in a physical form. That's what I'm saying. I got a reference to the movie The Watchers because it's so powerful. But with movies and books, usually when a book is put in movie form, they leave out a lot of details because otherwise that movie would have been 10 hours long. It would have been a series, right? But for real, like if you read it and really study the book, then you'll know the spirit inside out. So you're coming up against a spirit of darkness. It's not a that shows itself in human form, right? But it's a dark, very dark spirit. And it can come in as so divisive, Capricorn. It can come in and turn your kids against you. It can come in and turn your when you talk to people, it's just like their kids, or they don't get along with their kids, and all of a sudden you have your relationship, and all of a sudden you don't even like your spouse anymore. Your spouse don't like you, and everybody turning against each other. That's a particular spirit. That was a seed that was planted somewhere. So, like I said, all the answers that you seek are within. Read that book. Read that book. And pour into yourselves on a regular basis, because I'm telling you, somebody has a major assignment on their life. That's why there's so much fire here. But you got to go through the fire. There's no other way around it, Capricorn. You can't go around it. This is not something you hear about. You got to go through it. You got to go through it so that when you come out on the other side, you'll be a prayer warrior, not just a warrior without any wisdom. Then you feel like you fighting everything, like you just all competing against everybody jealous of this. No. You're going through something right now. So somebody is walking this journey with you in the spirit realm, but they're in physical form helping you through this. Read the book of Enoch. What I say? Wisdom. 10 of Pentacles. This is what you fighting for. You fighting for legacy. Don't even get it twisted. You fighting for your family legacy. This is not a race war. People need to get away from that. This is not a race war. This is not a race war. This is not a socioeconomic war. None of that. We talking about legacy. We're talking about a spiritual legacy that's darkness. This is between darkness and light. We're not talking about skin color. Get away from that. We're talking about this dark energies. All it needs is a host. That's all it needs is a host. And so you got some energies that are I think that book will help you. I think I talked about the movie Fallen too with Denzel Washington in it. All it needs is a host. So here we have the Queen of Wands here. So yeah, so adjust your crown. And so when you find yourself being happy, charismatic, and free, and you're around energies that's unhappy around your marriage, that's unhappy around your kids, that's talking negatively about their kids, their marriage, if you're single and people try to make you feel bad for being single and holding out for the right person to come across your life because you trying to get yourself together, or trying to make you feel bad because you don't have a certain amount of money or live in a certain type of zip code, get as far away from them as possible. Because if they're not trying to help you, there is no gray area. They are hurting you. If they are not trying to help you, they are hurting you. And it can't be just their way of helping you. Like if you don't do it this way, it's the wrong way. There has to be some way where there is, okay, I'm helping you in this way. Because so I want to do this. Okay, well, I'll help you with this. And a lot of times, if they're not aggressive, they're passive about it. Well, I don't feel comfortable doing this. I don't feel you don't feel comfortable with me succeeding. If I'm saying that I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, you're not even going to give me a chance to help me. I just don't feel comfortable doing so and so. But they watching every little thing that you do, hovering like a wild animal. So when you're right there, when you feel this like nothing is working out for you, your steam is gone. Nothing. I feel so defeated. Nothing is working out for me in my life. That's what they want to be right there, because they're hovering and watching, waiting for the flame to just go out completely. They can say, okay, now you want to try it my way. Well, who do you think put the flame inside you to begin with? Not them. They're not your creator. You're dealing with some energies who have a God complex. Seven of Cups, right? So you're figuring it out. You're figuring it out. Seven of Cups. So keep your vibrations high so you can continue operating in the spirit of love. Here we had a Four of Cups. Those energies, once you keep your vibrations high and operating in the spirit of love, and once you start seeing how they move, the Seven of Cups, you usually on a card, you see a snake, right? So a snake energy is a call to action, because you see a snake. If you're watching this video and you see a snake out your peripheral, you're going to jump, right? It's a call to action. It's a Kundalini experience. You have an awakening. So Source is trying to help somebody to start seeing is like, when you see something that shows you your happiness seems to shift somebody's mood in a negative sense, that's your call to action, not your call to make an excuse for them. Oh, they can't be happy for me because, they're going through something themselves. Now all of a sudden your mood is brought to a lower frequency. I don't think so. You mean to tell me they can't take 5 seconds to get excited with you? Come on now. Like they can't put whatever their situation is to the side and get excited. When you're about to open up a store, all of a sudden they got bad news. You're going to start paying attention. Somebody's going to start paying attention. So yeah, and like I said, soon as you got some good news, they start making everything about them. Everything about them. Now you feel bad for your good news because now they're making everything about them. Very narcissistic. There's so many different demons that's roaming around in their spirit. It's not, they just hosting. So it's like they hosting a party of demons for real in one body. But everything is fine because you have just that many people, angels praying for you. Everything is fine. Eight of Swords. Yeah. So they want you to be, the energies want you to be restricted in your mind. And so they want you to be, like confused in your mind. I don't know. Okay, I shouldn't be, I don't know what to believe. Believe your inner voice. What is Source telling you? That's what prayer is for. That's why prayer and meditation is so important. They go together. Prayer and meditate. Not just prayer and meditation. Go outside and get some fresh air. You're not restricted at all. They want you to believe that you're restricted because if you don't do it their way, it's not going to work. Go where you are appreciated and not where you're tolerated. You keep hearing it over and over and over again, but people somehow keep going back to the same ones that don't appreciate them. They keep going back to the ones that keep tolerating them, looking for people to, I'm telling y'all, listen, you're going to walk away from that. You're going to walk away from that mindset. Because that's what's slowing down the flow of something for somebody. Source is trying to make you financially independent of certain mindset that people have so that you can create your own family legacy. Your own family legacy that you're breaking away from. So I see you being very, very successful, and there's going to be some people that's going to be like, oh, wow, how did you become so successful? You needed to break away from all of that. If you don't do it this way, then it's not going to be successful. Somebody had to learn how to inspire and motivate yourself. What's the name of that song? Sometimes you got to encourage yourself. Right? It's a song, right? Sometimes you got to encourage yourself. Very powerful song. Sometimes you got to speak over yourself. That's the song that's coming in my spirit right now. Sometimes you got to speak over yourself. Sometimes you got to encourage yourself, because you do. Because what somebody's dealing with are two types of energies that feel like I said, they just standing around waiting for your flame to just go out so that they can be right there to say, now you want to try it a different way? But it's not going to go out because you got that many you got that many energies praying for you, because they already know what you're dealing with. All right, let's see what else we got. We're going to go ahead and get ready to close this out. But yeah, that's why you got this right here, Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. The bigger, like the overarching thing, like when you step back and look at your entire family, this is generational, right? Capricorn, when you step back and look at your entire family, that is why you're going to see there's certain family members have moved away. You're going to start seeing there's certain family members who felt so defeated that they just could not get past not being supported in certain family members, so they just gave up. You're going to see certain family members where certain people poured so much into them, they can't see it for the life of them, why everybody's so jealous of them. You're going to see the stuff that people created in your own family. You won't even have to look outside your family. You just look right at your own family and go, oh my God, I couldn't even see it. That's when you're going, if you have kids, you're going to start going in straight into protecting your kids. Like, okay, I'm not going to let my kids be contaminated by this mess. So, but, that's what I'm saying. I feel like somebody is creating their own legacy away from chaos and confusion. That's what I'm seeing here. Your legacy is going to be separate from your siblings. If you have siblings, it's totally separate from all of that. So, yeah, what I say, you're going to be leaving some people behind. And you're going to be following your heart. So you might make sure you get all your chakras in line, but you will not be taking some people with you. I see you moving in silence and moving in peace. Yeah. So take your time to decide, how you're going to move. But yeah, you're dealing with some people who have a demon of Lucifer, which is pride. They would rather ruin an entire family for real. We're talking about like, it's a spirit. Like they would rather ruin an entire family. That's ego. Than helping everybody in the family to win. That would be like having aunts and uncles because their kids are not successful. They're creating chaos and confusion in everybody else's kids' lives. Here we have your healing from the pain that some energies cause. So you want some people that's going to help you get behind your dreams and help your dreams, not hurt your dreams because you're not doing it the way they want you to do them. You are protected and loved. Like I said, you are protected and loved. The Book of Enoch, y'all. Time to ground yourselves. Love up on yourselves more. You have a new attitude. That's right. Your well of joy is within you. The best is yet to come, but you will be walking away from some people, but you're inspiring some energies to heal. Be patient. The answers are coming. Create the change that you want. Drink more water. It's a form of self-care, but you can relax. Something is not, for you, only you know how you're going to take it, how it's going to affect you. But for some people, for some people, it'll just be like, it makes sense. It's a shame. I got to go on somebody because you have a very rich legacy inside of you. Some people, they say, okay, you know what? I wasted so much time overthinking this. I can't believe I couldn't see it. Why did it take so much time for me to it's a shame that people are that way. And it is, but it's generational. But part of it is because people know that you all need steps 1 through 10, and they are intentionally leaving certain steps out. That's part of it. But another part of it is like they don't know exactly which steps to give you because they are not your God. That's the first thing. And they have a God complex. We are not, I say it almost every reading, we are not each other's gods. There is no way I can tell you exactly what to do. I'm not your God. There's no way I can tell you. So the voice of source inside of you is telling you. That's the voice. That's the only voice you really should be listening to. Now, what I can do and other people can do is say, hey, great idea. Okay, I can help you. I can help you with that idea. I can be Team Capricorn. But there are some energies out here, if they can't help you, their ego won't say, I can't help you, but let me get you somebody who can help you, because their ego is so big. They're so big edging God out. Ego, edge God out. They're so busy trying to edge everything out because you're not doing it their way. They will swing into action and try to hurt it even more because you're going to somebody else for help. You got to pay attention to those energies first and foremost in your own family. And that's what Source is trying to help somebody to see. But you have an angelic template. You're already covered. You're already covered. This is already predestined. You were already predestined to have a very rich legacy. There's nothing they can do to stop it. So they really need to stop. So those energies are already in their own Hades. They're all already in their own personal, and you'll see when you watch the movie, you'll see that they've already been condemned. They've already in their own personal dungeons. They already in their own, it's like they just exist in a purgatory. They don't know. They almost like they existing in a time and space. They don't know which direction to go into. And so, but you are being led out of all of that fast. It's being fast tracked. It's already happening. There's nothing they can do to stop it. Expansiveness, right? So eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constrained, and exhausted ego. Y'all just saw me sit here and shuffle the cards. I'm telling you, their egos are on 1,000. They can't, because it's already been predestined for you to be wealthy already. They are not your gods, whoever they are. Your manager trying to stop you, they can't stop you. I don't care if it's your best friend that's trying to stop you. They can't stop you. They can't. It's a spirit that's the spirit of darkness. It wouldn't matter if it's your brother, sister, parents, grandparents. They cannot stop. Your own family cannot stop you. What sources already put inside, they can't stop you. The moment they go into this, if you don't do it this way, or they stay, or the passive side, which is sometimes just worse, they'll stand there and watch you and hover over you and wait till that flame extinguishes. So now you just keep giving up on this dream and giving up on that dream and giving up on that dream until you feel like an ultimate failure. And then they, well, you know what, I can help you do this the way I got successful, but they not telling you that's why you got to go in a hermit mode. They're not telling you every little detail in what they did to become whatever it is. They leaving steps out, right? They're not telling you everything. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to tell y'all, like I was sharing with this 33. See how these ribbons are tied together. You're dealing with an Ahab and a Jezebel spirit, right? And so metaphysically, for it lives, hold on, let me get to that in a second. For it lives in the silk of my binding, the knots in my truth, the eye of becoming, the witness swallowed in stillness, right? Right? So there will be some people who will say to you, I can't support your brand. I can't support your business because you watch tarot, right? I can't support your brand. I can't support your business because you do sound bowls, or you in that new age spirituality, and I don't believe in that kind of stuff. Or you have gemstones and crystals, all the stuff that we have here. All of this, I can't support that. I can't support you if you sing secular music, or I can't support you because you dress a certain kind of way, or I can't support you because you have tattoos, or I can't support you because you date outside your race, or I can't support you because they're always looking for a reason to judge, always looking for a reason to compare, to judge. That's why you see so much fire here. There's always looking for a reason to break up, to destroy, because the devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. The devil is a spirit, right? I can't support you because of a reason. And they will stay in your life. We're talking about a spirit here. We're talking about the Ahab and Jezebel spirit, right? Because you hear about Jezebel, you think about somebody just sleeping with somebody, right? No. Y'all need to really, when I talk about really learning, since Mercury is pre-shadow retrograde, start studying, reading some books, for real studying. Very divisive spirits that comes into, like I said, breaking up everything, messing up people's relationships, messing with your kids in your household. They come in over your house. If you and your spouse get along great, or you and your kids get along great, next thing you know, your kids are coming at you, arguing at you, your spouse, y'all don't get along anymore. Next thing you know, all chaos and confusion is going on. Your money is drying up, all kinds of stuff. Because it's not that they're physically stealing something. You're not coming up with your purses and wallets come missing. Your flatware, your plates and dishes missing. Your peace and joy comes up missing. Your happiness, the flow and the peace. Remember, when the moon is in Libra, like the moon right before the moon was in Scorpio, the moon was in Libra. Libra is about fostering peaceful and harmonious relationships. They come in, and if you don't do it this way, I'm going to come in and steal these things from your life. So somebody is learning how to take back your peace by saying, if the only way you're going to stay in my life is showing me that if I don't do it your way, I'm going to disrupt peace in your life. Guess what? I just enforced a boundary. That's Saturn, your ruling planet, and you are serious about enforcing a boundary. You're basically saying to them, you just forced my hand. You just made me enforce a boundary. That you're not even trying to see what we have in common as loved ones. That would be you operating in the heart chakra. That's what it's saying. Make sure, you're talking about following your heart. You want to make sure your heart chakra, you don't even see us as family. You don't even see bringing that cantankerous spirit into the house. You don't even see what kind of demons you dropping off in the house. Your spouse and you getting along just great. Your money was flowing. Everything was going just well. Your kids were being obedient until they brought that spirit of divisiveness into your household. Now all of a sudden, chaos and confusion is ensuing. They don't see what they're doing because they're battling their own thing. They're literally like a host or hostess from all that mess going on in their spirit. So you got to be the person, as a very wise spirit, Capricorn, stand up to their demons and say, oh, no. You're going to feel very, very fortunate that you are enforcing a boundary. And so Source is right there with you. You have a guardian angel, an earth angel that's helping you stand up against those spirits of darkness. Because that's what it is. That's what it is. It's a spirit of darkness. If you're single and you happily single, great. That's great. But don't be pressured into something. Oh, you haven't gotten a spouse yet? Just go out here and just get anybody. Don't care if they ruin your life or not. Oh, you don't have kids yet? Okay, they need to stay out of your sacral chakra area, your root and sacral chakra area. They need to stay out of your bedroom. They need to mind their business. Oh gosh, you haven't done such and such. That is a spirit. That's a generational spirit being they can't stop this though. That's already been predestined. Somebody need to start paying attention to that. Once some people leave your life, and once you get off the phone with certain people, all of a sudden all heck breaks loose in your life, and you just like, oh my God, I was having a good day until what is going on? You start having nightmares and everything. It's a spirit. It is a spirit, and those energies, they're tethered, they tied together. Yeah, look at this. Yeah. They tied to their demons. They just hugging up on their demons, kissing their demons on their cheek, everything, just having a good old time with these hosting demons. Doors wide open. So Sources like, you're going to have to close your doors. 6 of Coins. You're going to have to stop looking for their acceptance and their approval. You're going to have to stop playing games with these energies. You're going to have to stop playing games with these. You're playing a game of dice. You rolling the dice. You playing games with these energies. You're going to have to stop looking for acceptance and approval for these energies. You're going to have to be the one that's going to break that chain. And that's what I see you doing. So here we have, Father Sims here. Yeah. So, so like I said, you have you got some guardian angels, on the other side that's really just helping you to resolve any kind of internal conflict when you're dealing with those types of energies. Because when you're dealing with these types of energies, are grossly imbalanced. They think that kind of stuff is funny. They think that kind of stuff is just like keeping the heat turned up on people. And if you don't do it this way, you're not going to be successful. And they have all kinds of justification for it. They're operating purely in the physical realm. They're not operating in the spiritual realm. Here we have Nine of Cups here. So your wishes are being fulfilled. And like I said before, they're going to have to say, they're gonna have to say, "Oh, well, I guess I was wrong," and they're gonna blame it on everything else. They're gonna say, "Well, I mean, maybe it's the time that we're living in. I mean, times sure have changed." Watch, that's gonna be their word. Times sure have changed after they cause you all kinds of nightmares. Times sure have changed, but you learning how to wake up from some nightmares. You breaking generational cycles, chains, and curses because your third eye is opening up. Times have changed after they caused all these nightmares in people's lives. That's the best you got? Times have changed? Okay. Goodbye. When they tied to their demons. 10 of Sticks. You're about to be booked and busy and not burdened and bitter because of their demons you've been carrying around on your back for years. Back-breaking demons. You're not going to be tied to that mess no more. Yeah, Son of Baskets. Yeah, carrying that mess around. Carrying their emotions around. And so, yeah. So somebody could have a son. Somebody could have a son, and you're not passing that down to your son or daughter. Or if you're going to have kids, or you could be somebody's son-in-law, or your own birth son, or, mentor or mentee or whoever. Somebody's not passing that mess down. You could have a daughter end up getting married to somebody, whoever, but you're not paying. You could be somebody's son. It's not going to be passed down to you because you're going to be the one that's going to be breaking it. You like, I'm breaking that mess. So whoever it is, but you're going to be the success. You're the one that's going to successfully break something. You're going to be the one that's going to successfully break something. Capricorn, I'm talking to men and women, so we're crystal clear. Here we have 555. I am optimistic, but a major shift is about to come into your life experience and change your path's direction. So be open and stay positive. That's right. Be open and stay positive. But people are chained to these belief systems that if it's not done their way, everybody's going to hell in a handbasket with gasoline panties on like that. What? There's so many different ways of becoming successful, and people think it's just one way. So anyway, here's the question for the moon in Sagittarius, because the moon in Sagittarius, after it moves from Scorpio, it brings new hope, new ideas, big dreams. This energy is a mixture of fun and determination. So yeah, so the moon in Scorpio is going to dig deep until all those unhealthy and wounded confusion emotions. It's a moon in Scorpio is really, it can be a very beautiful time. So it's that time when you start to think about what you're most ashamed of, those embarrassments, those fears. So let's say you've been married a couple of times, divorced, and you could be ashamed or embarrassed of that. Okay, get delivered from it. I'm no longer ashamed of how many times I've been divorced. All that stuff is, generational. So you're saying you're no longer ashamed of how many times you've been divorced. If you got kids by different people, you're no longer ashamed of that. Your kids are a gift, right? You were on your journey learning. If you have a whatever kind of past and I don't know, whatever your past is, I'm delivered from all of that. I didn't know any better. Stuff being passed down generation. Source is saying toss it into a burning bowl so that you can start aiming higher and dreaming bigger. So if somebody from your past they still holding on to your past, Source is saying that let them carry that because you delivered from it. So when they try to bring it up, you're saying, I didn't realize you were still holding on to that. I'm already delivered from that. That's a shame. I mean, like, that has to be heavy for you to hold on to. You holding on to your past and mine? Wow, your back must hurt. That's your response right there. Your back must hurt from holding on to my past and yours because I'm already delivered from that. You over there hopping on and off planes. You living your best life. You got peace and joy in your house. You happy. You filled with glee. Life is going well for you because you're not tied or chained to fear, doubt, uncertainty, and none of that kind of stuff. That's the beauty of going from the moon in Scorpio into the moon in Sagittarius. You're dreaming bigger. Here are the questions for the moon in Sagittarius. First question is, what is your heart yearning to learn and do? Second question is, where do you want to be in 5 to 10 years? Third question is, what are the main challenges on your path to your envisioned future? Fourth question is, are there ways to solidify your foundation for taking off, perhaps saving money so that you can leave your job and learning a new skill? And then last but not least is, are you on your path? Not theirs, yours. You're already predestined. Stop playing dice. Stop playing dice with your legacy. Stop playing dice. Stop playing a game of dice with your legacy, being confused. It's not just their way or the highway. They are not your God, whoever they are. They're not your creator. Two energies came together with source inside of them. Source is your creator. The end. Okay? That's it. Your mom had a way of being successful. Your dad had a way of, that's their definition of success. They got their life. Your grandparents got their life, whatever. You got yours. The end. My future is full of light. That's it. That's it. That's all. Not full of darkness. It's full of light. People out here putting curses on people like, oh, yeah, that's not, your business never gonna work. That's putting a spell on somebody. Oh, when you leave this house, you're gonna fail. That's putting a curse on somebody. Why was so? That's horrible to tell somebody when they leave their family's home that your life is not gonna work out. It's not gonna be, oh, you, why can't you be like your brother? It's just a curse. Somebody got to under words are spellings. That's a spell. So, but you got, like I said, you got earth angels that's helping you. And you also got angels on the other side helping you. But emotions are running high because people feel some kind of way. That's why you need people in the physical realm that's not scared of those types of entities. Because they already know. They know who chained to their demons of fear and doubt. That's why you can't operate in fear. But I see, like I said, yeah, some people like they like I said, they playing this game. They playing a game of dice. They like playing games all the time. Like playing games with people's lives. So they try to get you to operate in fear. You're not operating in fear. You're not operating in fear at all. Let them operate in fear. So while you pray for them, you don't even need to talk. You're not like them. You're not coming under the guise of prayer. You're literally praying for them. Whatever source puts on your heart to pray for them, you're praying that they come into the light and unattach themselves from their fear and doubt and uncertainty. Break those chains from their fear and doubt of darkness. So that is what I have for you all. Hopefully those questions have helped you. And I will see you all in the next video. If you have any bonus videos, like if anybody requests bonus videos, they will be on the membership side. Hopefully this has been helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.